Hey guys, what's up? So tonight we're going to be answering a question I had come in earlier today from Peter, and his question was, how do you bounce back from low points and not lose motivation? I've been working on my New Year's resolutions, but I'm now struggling to stay on track and keep finding that I want to give up. So good question, because often, particularly this time of year, of course, lots of people find themselves in this spot. And in reality, regardless of which time of year you're trying to kind of do better for yourself or reach certain goals and so on, we have these low points. And when we do, it feels very difficult to gain any new traction and get ourselves back into momentum and obviously feel motivated enough to stick with it. So what I will share with you is basically three different things that I personally do if I find that I kind of have these lulls or these what we essentially call pits, where we get caught up in the struggle and the pain and everything just seems too much, and we have things that we want to do, we know where we want to go, but we just find that we get caught up in activity, not real action, and we're doing things but not really moving forward. And there's this constant sort of lowered emotional state around it, where in our mind we know we want to feel better and we want to kind of show up motivated and to do more, but there's just this kind of cloud hanging over us where we get stuck. And that's often when we get these low points, as I say, and motivation is low. It's hard to build any momentum, hard to kind of show up in the way that we know we possibly could, and everything just feels a bit shitty. So the first part ultimately is we need to go, okay, well, I'm in this low point. I'm having a bit of a hard time staying on track right now, but I have to understand and accept that these low points and these periods of stagnation are just part of the process of growth. Now, it would be nice if growth and expansion and reaching our goals and dreams, etc., if it was just a linear process. You know, we decide that's what I want, start taking action, and we just constantly move towards them, and everything's great all the time. But unfortunately, that's not the reality of life. The first thing that we have to realize is that universally, everything is dualistic. There is a light side, a dark side, a good side, a bad side, hot, cold, etc. Everything comes in twos, essentially. So for any time you feel good, at some point you'll probably feel bad. And anytime you feel bad, guess what? At some point you'll probably feel good, and so on. And we need this contrast between both sides, the light and the dark, because that's what actually gives us experience. That's what gives contrast and actually shows us what the difference is. It's like if everything was the same, how would we know the difference between good and bad, or feeling shitty and feeling awesome and amazing, and so on? So we have to understand that as nice as it would be if the process was linear and everything was all peaches and cream all the time, it just simply isn't. There are going to be lows, there are going to be troughs and valleys that we have to go through during the journey, but often that's where our greatest power is found. When we're in those pits and those lows, that's where the power is found to accelerate us up the mountain to the peak that we're trying to reach. So that's the first thing. We accept that it's just an inevitable part, an inevitable part of the process is what I was trying to say. Now, that's the first thing. The next thing that we have to do, because now it's okay, oh, well, I've accepted it. That's just the way it is. There's going to be highs, there's going to be lows. Oh, well. Now, the next thing that we have to do whilst we're currently in this low is go, okay, well, what are the facts that led me here? So yes, I had a goal. Yes, I felt like I was doing things and taking action and moving towards them. But now I find myself in this pit. What are the facts that led me here? So not just the ideas or the thoughts or your current truth or whatever. Literally journal if you have to. What are the specific things that took place that led you to this point? Now, the reason we want to do that is because if we can identify exactly what got us here, it's often much easier for us to then identify what we need to do to get out. And it becomes much easier for us in the future to recognize when this pattern is about to take place again, or if we suddenly find that we're already halfway through and about to end up in a pit. Oftentimes, we can actually reverse that because, oh, I've got experience in this before, and I know what I need to do now to put a stop to this so that I can continue to climb and not just find myself slipping deeper and deeper into this pit until, again, I'm stuck here feeling like shit, wanting more, but not feeling as though I'm able to get it. So that's step two. We identify the specific facts that led us to this point. Now, the third thing that we need to do is identify the one single action that we can take right now to start getting us out. Now, of course, this will be different depending on the specific reason that you're stuck. That's why we need to identify the facts, because once we know what got us here, that makes it much easier for us to clearly identify the specific action that will start to build us some momentum again. The one thing that will help us begin the climb out of the pit and then allow us to continue ascending to the peak or the goal that we're actually trying to reach. So those are my 3 steps, guys. The first thing is that we just accept that, well, these lows are going to be part of the process. There's going to be highs, there's going to be lows. And as nice as it would be for our process to be linear, it's actually very up and down along the way. But that's all cool. That's part of the cycle of life. Then we identify what are the specific facts that got me here in this place in the first place, what got me stuck here. And then what's the one single action that I can take right now to start ascending me out of this pit and back out towards my goals. So any questions on this, guys, drop them in the comments below. And if you want me to dig deeper into this or give you some additional strategies that might help you go even deeper and even reverse and reframe various mindsets or stories and narratives that you find that you're stuck with, that keep you stuck in this cycle over and over again, let me know in the comments. And if not, I look forward to chatting with you all in my next video. Take it easy, people.